It's hard to find love when you lit.
All right. Damn.
I got $20. Just take your mask off.
Go to hell.
I will not.
All right.
Are you sure?
He said, "Are you sure?"
We were chosen.
Hey.
We're gonna make it.
Hell's gonna be lit when I get there.
All right. Hell, I think hell's already lit.
Hey, yo, let's get the thing started. I'm not about to play with him. That's
I
wild.
think hell's already lit. I'm sorry. My name is Love, and we back in the living room with my guy Latta. And my last question was to lead to this space, right, or to this place in the podcast where we talk about a record, we decode the record, right? And I asked you, do you remember what I asked?
What's my favorite record?
No, it's not what I asked. He's drunk, I guess.
Oh, you talking about the last question you asked me? Oh, well, I thought you were talking about the song.
No. The last question I asked you was, can a woman make you leave music?
And I said maybe for a short moment, but never completely. Like, if it comes to a point in our relationship where we need to give each other that space and that time, because, I mean, life happens.
Fact.
So if I need to give you that moments, I'm going to give you the moments. I'll give you that full solidarity to where it's just me and you, but I'm always going to come back to it.
So this record I chose, or just say it.
Lotta, fix the microphone.
What do you mean?
There you go. Oh, wow.
Hey, yo.
You choking. You got gag refrain.
Shut the fuck up.
You are.
I told you.
I told you.
Hey, I'm going to kill both of y'all.
But no, and the reason I asked that question last was because my first question was going to be, for all you that don't know, Latta, he does a lot of karaoke nights in Atlanta.
The karaoke nights in Atlanta.
The karaoke nights in
yo.
Atlanta.
Thank you.
And when he does, in order to start the situation, to make people feel comfortable, he's normally the first person to perform. And on a normal basis, he's the person that performs the record Charlene. And the record Charlene is about a woman leaving because she can't stand the way that a man is living based upon the fact that he's an artist. So my first question to you is, do you have a Charlene out there somewhere? Like, is there somebody that said, yo, I can't fuck with you no more because you live this lifestyle or you're doing music in this capacity?
I've had a few Charlene's. And it comes off cocky, but it's not really that. It's I've spent the last, like I said earlier, about 12 to 13 years DJing. So there's a lifestyle to where I don't get home till 3, 4 in the morning.
Right.
It's not really, I'm not the next Chris Brown, Usher, whatever. It's the fact that
You're the first Latta.
I'm the first Latta.
Right.
And what comes with normal relationships is, we're at home, we're in bed by a certain time. If I leave the house, the time most people normally go to bed, I don't get home till you're getting ready for work. People are thinking like, yo, what was you really out here doing? Like, the club closed at 3. It's okay. The bartender's got to close out. The buses got to get checked out. Before I can get paid out in cash or check or whatever, I got to look at my numbers, because when I first started, I was smart. I was doing percentage off the bar. So I literally would be out all night because I only got paid.
You got to wait until the bar.
Some nights it was nothing. Some nights it was like, yo, like, this is the best decision of my life. As I got older, I was like, I'd rather just get one flat fee, get in, get out. But in the beginning, when I first started, it was, I get home 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. By the time I leave, I'm like, yo, I'm going to eat. You go to Waffle House 6 o'clock in the morning, it's an hour and a half wait. Because people are going to work. People are getting ready for their day. Like, people are getting off night shift. Like, it's a lot going on.
I get what you're saying, bro.
So there's been people like, yo, like, I like you, but I'm not putting up with your lifestyle. Like, it's me or this. I'm like, I've always loved music. I originally started DJing so I could focus on my music full time. And then there's a point where I kind of just step back and like, yo, there's some people I looked up to, and they kind of like really let me down. Like, yo, how do you feel about this? Like, yo, this shit's fucking trash.
So
I had to lock in and try to figure out why someone I looked up to would be so honest. I appreciate the honesty because I'm a better artist because of it. But I kind of stepped away from music for a long time. Like, let me just focus on DJing because that may not be my bag.
So I asked. I think you answered a different question than I asked. And I think that when I ask you, do you have Charlene's out there? And you say, I have a few Charlene's. The difference between the Charlene's that you're talking about and the Charlene's that I'm talking about is the Charlene's in that song. Because the Charlene's in that song is the ones that he's saying, baby, I'll be sitting here waiting on you to come home again.
Oh, I was thinking more about she's tired. I'm always on the road. I didn't get that.
I think that there's a difference between the people that you're willing to just let go and the person that you're saying, I'll be sitting here waiting.
Like, if it ever comes back around, it'll be you.
Exactly.
I've got one. There's been times we always come back and the time is never right. There's always something going on. Even recently, we kind of touched back base and like anyone who knows me knows I got some shit going on right now. Like it's a fucking shit show, bro. On my mama, on my like,
on my hood.
Listen, it's a fucking shit show, bro, and it's really fucked up because if it wasn't for this, it may have been the time that it worked. Like we went out and we had this deep conversation. Like, yo, like I feel like we always cross paths, and it's always like I'm ready, you're not, you're ready, I'm not. Like we got to the point like this. We always come back. Like we really came to the conversation like it's always been you. And it was, I was like, yo, I ain't know what the hell I'm going through right now. I definitely can't bring you into this. Right. I love you, but I'm not going to do that to you. You deserve better than that. If I can't give you a straight answer of what I got going on, why am I going to pull you into that?
Solid.
And I think that, like you just said, that's solid, right? But I think that women don't necessarily agree with that being solid.
Of course.
I think
she didn't. She took it.
Yeah, I think that it's like a thing that women may say. You don't give a fuck enough.
Trust me, I lived it. Yeah. I'm like, it's not that. It's I want to be able to tell you exactly what it is for what it is, and not be trying to experience it with you. Because what are you gonna admit? Not women are just as egotistical as men. I'm in a position now because egos played a part, and you couldn't sit down and shut the fuck up long enough for me to handle it the way I needed to. Because you want to let your ego run.
I mean, I think that
y'all all signed an NDA by listening to that one line, okay?
As
if you're
listening,
artist,
I think as an artist or as anything that you want to do as a person, being so invested in what you want to do as a person can be a gift and a curse. Because
100%.
And I say that because I feel like at some point you are so invested in what you're doing for you that sometimes you can't see things, you can't see the other things around you. So where she may be requesting time or she may be requesting certain things and you may feel like, yo, we just went out and did this. But mentally, you weren't there.
Life without purpose is pointless.
I mean, granted, that's true.
So if you feel like you're living in that purpose, I'm never going to be able to give you that 110% of me to where people get so caught up in these movies to where it's like, oh, we bumped into each other at the grocery store, and 3 days later he met me and I had a flat tire, and now we spend every waking. That's not healthy. Give me time to miss you. If I'm not pursuing something in my life, what is there to look up to? If I'm around you all the time, if I'm always home, like you're gonna hate me by the end of the week.
Forward to, you mean?
Like you should want to be seeing me live out what I want, living through my dreams or living through some kind of purpose, the way my life has some kind of meaning outside of, hey, it's date night, let's go to Applebee's, 2 for $20.
I agree as well,
We're in
but
bed by 10. Like, the fuck?
I agree with that as well. But I think that we should also extend that same grace to the woman.
Elaborate.
I feel like,
Because I think that if you deal with somebody that's in the same space that you're in, they might be more understanding. But if you're dealing with someone that's in a space that is more catered to like the 9 to 5 situation, they probably wouldn't understand. But if you're dealing with someone that's an artist or another
Nightlife
DJ
or-
or
yeah, I
nightlife
get you.
person, like I feel like they will be more understanding because they're in the same space that you're in.
Would you categorize that space as entertainment as a whole?
I would say entertainment as a whole, because whether you're entertaining someone at a conversation at a bar, or whether you're doing it on a microphone, or you're booking coffee houses, or whatever you do, anything to where you're trying to win people's affection for whether 5 minutes or the rest of your career, I feel like that's entertainment.
And I think that when you're chasing that, right? Not even just chasing it, but when you're in that, right? If you're in that with someone who doesn't understand it, that's when it can become a curse. But I think that it could be a gift to you, but a curse to the person that's fucking with you. Because they don't understand it. And if they don't understand it, you keep butting heads. And when you continue to butt heads, like you said before, we get to a space where we're not really seeking to understand. We're trying to love somebody so fast or so soon, and we end up falling in love, but we don't necessarily understand the person. And now you're in love, and it's like, all right, well, I don't understand how this person moves, and
So I can't address you accordingly.
yeah, so I can't really address you accordingly, or I can't really be the person that you need me to be in the space that you need me to be, because I want this.
You know what makes you so mad? People talk about love languages. There's so much more to love than just languages. There's a love lifestyle.
There's a
that
love
shit really be pissing me
lifestyle.
off. Like,
Fuck that shit, Lotta.
it's people like, oh, my love language is words of affirmation and quality time. Okay, cool. But what do you do on them days when you don't even want to be yourself? Like, everyone has them days like, yo, like today just fucking sucked. I woke up late. I got a flat tire. It's raining. My boss said if I
quality
don't
time with
hit
no
these
damn body.
projections, like, I'm gonna lose my job. So if your love language is quality time, words of affirmation, if you come home like, hey, I just want to tell you you're doing great. Get the fuck out of my face. I'm not doing good. Like, quality time, you're over here trying to do some work and you're trying to figure out how we gonna make this business plan work. And I'm over here trying to be like, hey, you wanna watch a movie? Get the fuck out. I'm not watching that shit. Like, I got shit. I'm like, there's more to it. It's me saying, hey, if you need me, I got you. I can tell you got something going on. If you want to bounce ideas off me, I'm here. If you just want to vent, I'm here. It's more than just that, oh, my love language is physical touch. So if we can't lay up, like, bro, we got a bill, baby. We got jobs. I can't just lay up with you. We ain't 12
So
no more.
physical touch is not his love language. But
I feel like if you're really in love with somebody, you're always going to say physical touch. You're always going to want some kind of connection with somebody. Whether it's 10 minutes or all day, like, it's...
Yeah.
I feel like all the love languages are. I feel like people try to bog their love language down to one thing when everybody has all of the love.
That's what I was about to say.
Prioritize.
Name one language. Name one love language.
Lame one lame
Listen,
lesson. He's calling love languages lame.
Are on. The liquor is
name
hitting.
one lame language.
Name one love
Lame
language you haven't felt at one point in your life or another.
Exactly. I feel like I feel the same.
It's like the fucking Gemini and Aquarius and
Zodiac,
like,
horoscope shit.
Your rising moon is a setting sun of the tomorrow. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. If you wake up tell me I'm having a good day, I'm gonna have a good day. You wake up tomorrow and say, oh, if you don't walk to the door backwards and say this 7, like, get the fuck out of my face, bro. I do not give a fuck about no sun, no moon, no crystals, no, bro. Nah, fuck. Say what you want to say.
all right.
Hold on.
So
Say what you want to say.
all
Get the
right, so
fuck out of my
let's
face.
Let's do this lyric breakdown, right?
Hey, yo.
Let's do this.
Please,
lyric.
cause a lot of people about to cancel me.
Let's do this lyric breakdown.
Don't say grand awakening. Fuck your grand awakening. Good morning.
All right. She says she's tired and I'm always on the road. Too hard to swallow being alone. She needs someone at night that she can hold. She must have told me 1,000 times before. Silent cries I used to ignore. God knows I love her. Didn't mean to hurt her. Get yourself together, bro. Get yourself together, bro.
Hey, yo. Jameson's gonna Jameson every time.
That's that's not Jameson. That's Tito's. Tito's is Tito's.
You know, walk in the door back.
Hey, bro, I need you to get it together. But the
that
first
shit be
verse,
so fucking off the wall. But no. Okay, go ahead. My bad.
the first verse
First verse.
says,
Yes.
she says she's tired and I'm always on the road.
Woke up this morning, found a letter.
Woke up in the morning and found a letter that she wrote. She says she's tired and I'm always on the road. Too hard to swallow being alone. She needs someone at night that she can hold. She must have told me 1,000 times before. Silent cries I used to ignore. God knows I love her. Didn't mean to hurt her. What are some of those silent cries that you think that we don't or he didn't hear?
To answer that, I'm gonna go back a little bit. They say if you can't say something, you gotta write it down. So if you're in a relationship with someone, you're living with someone. I'm assuming with Charlene, they were married or at least on the brink of going to some kind of relationship. Mm-hmm. If you can't say something, that you got to get to the point to where you're writing letters. Like, I want to tell you this, but I can't physically say it. Like,
communication was already fucked up.
It's to the point to where I can't even trust you to say this without you blowing up or you trying to respond without comprehending what I'm saying. It's telling me that you're already at a point to where I want this because I know what it has been. I know what it could be, but I'm at my breaking point. I'm really trying because I've got this time invested. I feel like I've had letters before. I used to be a sap. I used to be R&B singing outside the window with the boombox. Like, this one girl wrote me a couple letters. Like, I'd go back and read them. Like, yo, like I was reading it. Like, I'm really fucked up for letting you feel like that and not paying attention to you like you needed me to. Like, that you feel like you couldn't even speak to me. Like, I had them for a while. I don't anymore. I don't anymore. Actually, last time I saw her, I think she took them with her. I was like, hey, look, I still got to like, hey, yo, this got to go. It's
giving her love.
She said, fuck this shit. I do not feel this way at all anymore. I said, look, I can tell.
But what are some of the silent cries that you ignored?
For it to be a silent cry.
What? Answer the question.
Okay. For it to be a silent cry, there has to be silence. And for you to live in that silence, it's awkward.
Very.
There's a reason. Like, these sayings are sayings for a reason. Like, awkward silence it's notable. Like, you don't have to say like, oh wow, that was awkward. Like, you can walk in the room and be like, sometimes like the energy's off. You can just tell like it's not what it used to be. It's sometimes quiet is violence. You can be so violent in them quiet moments to where it's just.
You feel like you're talking about like as far as like suppression?
If you get to the point to where you can't even speak because you only know how to express how you feel, that's a very violent moment for anybody.
Okay. I don't know if violent would be the right term. I feel like
I say violent because sometimes violence is something that you can't control.
Yes. Yes, that's true.
It's those moments where it's like the outburst. It's like you go back 5 minutes later like, why the fuck did I do that? And there's moments as an adult that you got to check yourself like, yo, I can't be that person. Like, I know how I normally act. Let me catch myself.
So that's a conscious thought though.
But you got to have conscious thoughts about your subconscious. Like, you got to grow up at some point and take accountability for who you are. Like, oh yeah, I slapped the fuck out of you, but I was mad. So you got to get over this. No, you're a grown ass person Be accountable for what you did. Like,
But the question stemmed from the silent cries.
it gets to a point to where it's so quiet that it festers to where you start telling yourself different things. If I'm quiet enough, if you leave something open for me to interpret, tell me exactly what you want to say to me. Because if you leave any interpretation open for me, I'm going to read into it. I'm going to take that shit for what it's worth and 10 times more because you did not give me enough answers that I needed. I will make a whole problem out of the simplest thing because I overanalyze and overthink things.
So that their silent cry or your silent cry that you ignore?
I feel like as humans, we all experience the same thing. It just, at what point do you understand and comprehend that concept?
All right, I need to know. I need you to know. Violence is not an option.
He brought violence into the conversation.
Never gonna happen. Violence is not good.
Violence is not always physical.
Oh,
sometimes violence could be
thank you.
An outburst.
Shake my hand, please.
Sometimes violence could be
Thank you.
the way. Okay, there's somebody in my life right now that I handle the situation very violently. I let them know what was going on. I put them in a position like, hey, I need this, this, and this. You have the opportunity to give me this. I got no problem working for it. But the way they handled it, it was very inadequate. Like, there was no integrity behind the situation. You said one thing to one person. You're telling me less than half of what you told them you were going to pay me. And my answer to that was very violent. It's, don't ever fucking talk to me. I lost all respect for you and your family. There's places I will no longer walk in because you have deemed that place irresponsible. Because if you're supposed to be in the position of power, you're supposed to be in this position of leadership, if people are going to be able to let you hold that position and not have the discernment to know what the fuck is going on in their own house, how can I hold you of any value because this is how you're going to act? So my violent answer to that was, fuck you, fuck them, fuck your mama, fuck your daddy, fuck your granny.
That's violence that we can condone.
It's my gut reaction to just, I'm going to cut you off completely. I don't want to fucking
so that's not really violent.
I feel like that's aggressive.
That's aggressive, but
aggressive is not violence? Is it not?
It is, but it's not.
I don't think
it comes to the point to where
I don't think
you're set in your own ways that it's so violent to where it almost becomes a traumatic experience to where you're just, fuck it, I'm done. You're written off. You're wrote off. You're dead to me.
You're done. You're just done.
But the violence behind that, even though it is aggression, is violent things can't be undone.
Okay.
Okay.
I almost thought you said niggas.
No, violent things can't be undone.
I
So
know.
there's
I know
this post going around Facebook right now.
Violentness.
Violence can't be
Yeah,
undone.
I know what you said.
Can't
but,
be undone.
So there's this post going around Facebook right now where this guy, he's in jail for the rest of his life. He's been on death row. He said in 5 minutes of me not controlling my emotions, ruined the rest of my life.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a very violent action.
Exactly.
Something happened. He felt disrespected. He ended up shooting somebody. And now he's in jail for the rest of life and he's about to be on death row because he made a violent action. Violence can't be undone. Whether I slap you or whether I say something to you or whether I decide that you're dead to me.
It's violence.
It's a violence reaction. It's done off raw emotion. Whether it's pure or impure, it's a violent reaction.
Okay. You're right.
Love can be violence.
Love is often violent. And speaking in violence, under your confines of violence, love is often that at times.
Very much so.
Yeah. Love is often that. Or love often gets to that point. But when I asked about those silent cries, I wanted you to identify those silent cries from a person that you might have ignored and really try to dissect whether you were ignoring those things subconsciously or consciously.
I think it's been both at some point in my life. There was a point to where you were saying something. I was like, yeah, I hear you, but that's not what the fuck we're doing. And there's been moments to where I was completely oblivious to the fact that I was so caught up in what I had lost and not what I was gaining that I was subconsciously ignoring what you were asking me for because I was so caught up on what wasn't there that used to be than what actually was becoming.
What do you mean?
So,
Elaborate.
Things happen in relationships. The relationship changes. There's different aspects. You can go to deeper moments to where it's like, okay, we always used to do this. Now we're not doing this anymore. Why are we not doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Why are we not having this moment, this date night that we always have? Like, we're not looking at the big picture. Like, okay, yeah, we may not do Thursdays anymore, but I still see you throughout the week. To where I got so caught up in that one moment that we always had Thursdays, date night,
Microphone
or whatever
check.
it was. And we always had that one Thursday or whatever date night was or whatever the thing that we weren't doing anymore. That I lost the bigger picture of, hey, this is actually going to strengthen our relationship to the point to where it's not just this confined of this routine that we're living in now.
Right.
So even though you're like, you're so focused on this one thing that you're losing, you're not realizing what else you're gaining. Stop making it about this. I was like, okay, yeah, fuck that. But what about this? I was so caught up in the moment to where in the knee-jerk reaction was subconscious. But then it became like so are we going to do this or not?
Silent cries, though. From her. Tell me about the silent cries that you
want like
identified.
a literal example?
Not necessarily literal, but tell me about the silent cries that you would identify in hindsight.
I had one person who, if this doesn't answer your question, cut me off and try again. But I had this one person who we spent a lot of time together, and there became a point in our relationship where the trust was gone. And she kept expressing to me like, hey, I want to be able to do this. I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to pop up, like, give me a key. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah.
Silent cries, not something that she expressed.
Oh.
Yeah, silent cries, like something that...
Inaudible?
Yeah, something that was...
Like almost like a longing.
Yeah, like something that you can identify in hindsight. It's like, damn, I really fucked that up.
Listen, if I knew those answers, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. Next question.
That's a great answer.
Next question, because
that is a great
listen,
answer.
one thing about me, they're gonna spin the block.
Oh,
That's probably because you never mind.
Let me get out of here. Come on.
But nah, I feel like silent cries are things like...
What Chris Brown say? In the end, you're gonna want another.
I don't know. What?
Another round.
Yeah, I mean, if you think, so you feel like the silent cry is a woman getting drunk?
No, I feel like the letter was a silent cry. Even though she spoke to you through the letter, her writing in the letter should be the aspect to where she's like, her silently saying, I don't even feel comfortable talking to you as a person.
Yeah, but that's after the silent cries. That's after. So if I've already spoke and I've already said what I have issue with, and now I'm reacting, right? What are those reactions? I feel like those reactions are during the times where I do have time, right?
Right.
When I do have time and I'm trying to devote my time to you, you don't want it. Because you feel like when I do have time, it's not the time for you. So for instance, let's say you as a DJ, you come home at 4:00 in the morning.
Come home late. Seems like I barely beat the sun.
You come home, on some sunshine and shit, right? You come home late, and not necessarily you trying to get it popping, but you just trying to make sure, like, yo, this is the time that I have for you. And she like, the time that you have for me
It's gone.
is not the time that I have for you. So I need you to kind of curb your hours for me. That's a silent cry. You get what I'm saying?
I had a person that meant a lot to me at one moment, and it started off not so silent. It was like, "Hey, I feel like this," and I was like, "Oh, that's cool.
That's how it always starts.
Oh, that's cool." And then it was like the little things throughout the next 3 or 4 months. Are like, yo, like I don't know if I feel this way about this person. I'm over here analyzing things, trying to think if that's how I feel. We're grown. She told me she loved me. Sitting in my house. I was like, You know we're not even together, right? Like,
Oh my God, that's
story time.
Story time.
I was dating someone else, and she was my sneaky link on the side. And she's like, "Yo, like I can't do this no more. Like I feel like I love you, and like this isn't healthy." I'm like, "That's great, but
you're starting to sound like a piece of shit. I want you to understand.
Facts.
I wasn't. I was looking at things very surface. It was a moment in my life to where I was blaming one girl for another girl's problems. So I never really got over that one person, and instead of taking time to sit down and say, "Hey, yo, let me address this," I was focused on, let me just move on to the next one.
Yeah,
And never really addressing the initial issue
I
of,
get that.
this is why I feel like this. This is why.
This is why I'm hot.
What did
He was on this to get over one chick to get under another one.
Yeah, I was about to say, what's the song with
So-
6 and
I will say
Yessie.
these are the things.
get over them while getting under me, or whatever she say. Like, it was kind of one of those things to where I was like, I didn't really see this as like a potential option, to where I was almost disrespectful to where the time I did come around and said like, yo, like this really could be dope. This really could work. They were so over it because I was so disrespectful to a point to where it was like, hey, happy birthday. Let me see you. I'm like,
Preach.
These are the
why the fuck are you texting me?
These are the silent
It's 2
cries.
o'clock in the afternoon.
These are the silent cries, right? These are the silent cries that people ignore, right? The way that you
Is it really ignoring or is it ignorance? Because they're not the same.
It is.
It's not the same. Ignoring is a blatant disrespect of a response that you give me. If I say this and you respond and I just ignore your response because I don't like it, that's a blatant disrespect. But ignorance is me saying that I'm doing this because I don't know any better.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you why they're the same. If you know the person that you're dealing with, it's not ignorance, it's ignoring. So,
Okay.
if you know the person that
Okay,
you're
yeah,
dealing
I'll give you
with,
that.
and you are being ignorant in that space, they feel like you're ignoring them. Even though you may not feel like you're ignoring them because of the fact that you are so...
Question. When my therapist watches this, you think she's going to bill me for these hours?
Oh.
I'm sure we got a lot to unpack. She's like, this is your problem. I'm glad you said this because I've been trying to get to the bottom of this for a while, and you finally said it. I got you on tape.
But I feel like
if you guys got a discount code for a therapist, let me know because she'd be taxing.
the ignorance or
We should work on that. No.
the way that
I need more money.
I need my
I'm gonna start an
money.
OnlyFans. You guys want to chop in? I'll have the link down below. I think it's here.
No, this is not that type of podcast.
It is now because therapy is not cheap.
It's not, but
I'm gonna go and
until
start battle
they
rapping, y'all.
sponsor-
So you're not gonna see nothing. I'm just gonna
until
battle rap.
better help gets on our line. But when you are in a space where you're like, you know what? I do know this person. And I do know what they need from me. But I know what I need from myself. And I feel like that's that's the space where we
Is that
get.
not disrespect?
Nah, I don't think it's disrespect. I think when you know the person, I think that when you know the person that you're dealing with and you know yourself, and you're dealing with yourself the way you need to deal with yourself, that person can feel like you're ignoring them. So,
There's no ignoring without disrespect, though. So if I ignore you, you're gonna be disrespected in some aspect.
nah, some some people are understanding in a different way. So, like, if you get
Okay,
to a
I'll give you
point,
that.
if you
I know
get,
someone who's very understanding.
yeah,
and
if you
it's
get to a point where the person that is understanding, extremely understanding, feels like at this point you're
Life
ignoring
happens.
me. Life does happen. But when you get to a point where that person that knows you and you know that person feels like you're ignoring them, at that point, that's where it's like, oh yeah, all right. Those are the silent cries that you used to ignore. You didn't know that you was ignoring them at that point in time, but you're so self-consumed and so in what you're doing that what that person needs from you doesn't make any sense to you. Have you had those times? So, for instance,
most definitely.
if you know that person's love language is physical touch, you know that person's love language is what is it, time or quality time,
Words of affirmation.
words of affirmation,
acts of
and you're not
service.
giving them, if you're not giving that person where you used to give that person words of affirmation, you used to give them physical touch, you used to give them quality time, and at this point you're so focused on yourself and what you need for you to be the best person that you need to be, you're doing this either subconsciously or consciously. Those are the things that I feel like this record is talking about. So while you're doing everything you're doing to create whatever you think is going to be the best situation for you, and you might even think in your mind, hey, I'm doing this for the betterment of us.
Right.
But that person is still left empty at that point. So those silent cries are things like you might come home at 7 o'clock in the morning. She might have the lingerie on,
Hey, yo,
and you like,
do that to me.
nah. You might be like, she might come. You might come home at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
She might have the lingerie on, but she's asleep.
Yeah, 'cause
Silent.
she's been
That's
waiting
a silent
since-
cry because she's been waiting for you
since 10
because she
p.m.
thought that you was gonna be home at 3. But you went to the bar and you did this and
Went
you
to
went
Waffle
that.
House and shit.
You went to Waffle House. It took you an
Blaze
hour.
don't
and a
close till 5.
I'm just saying. But she sleep now because
Yeah,
she
energy,
thought
the energy is not there.
yeah,
no
the
more.
energy ain't there no more.
It's
You fucking up the audio.
it's like you got a compressor. Set the peak down.
No.
Have you so
I
now
feel
that
like
I've identified those silent cries, do you think that you've ignored those things before?
I've definitely ignored them, but I feel like I have grown to a point to where I look at love differently. I learned to look at love differently at a younger age, and it's not really the candy coated version you get in these books and whatever. And I feel like that's probably my problem is because my level of understanding of different things is different than yours. You'll only understand what you can comprehend.
Fact.
If I try to teach my
Understanding
2-year-old
is comprehension.
cursive and her only understanding is I've got to trace this letter A on this notebook with this crayon because that's all I know, cursive is going to be completely outside to where it's disrespectful, to where it's almost frustrating. Not almost, it is frustrating.
Yeah, it is frustrating,
It's-
but disrespectful. Is
it's
different.
why are you doing this when this is where I'm at? So it gets to the point to where for you to love me completely, you understand I'm not gonna be the same person I was yesterday. I'm not the same person I was 5 years ago. And if I am, you're not gonna love me the same way because I'm gonna be complacent where I'm at. To be a person is to be continually growing, to continually evolving, to be where the point is.
It depends. There are people that don't grow.
You might wake up tomorrow and it may be as simple as
When the fuck did you start stuttering?
when the liquor started hitting. I think it's the same point Alex started stuttering, isn't it? It's something about this hour. Hey, yo. It's
Hey, Alex, I love you, man.
Shouts out to just Alex.
just Alex. Listen. The same cup. That's something in it, bro. Give me a new cup. Hey, yo, hold on. Give me a new cup. I'm not playing with you. Give me another cup, cause
No, that
that's something.
was my cup on Alex.
Fuck that. Give me that cup then.
Nah.
If you wake up tomorrow and your change is as simple as I don't want this for breakfast anymore because I got so far caught up in this routine to where I have eggs, raisin toast, coffee, to where I change
That's white
it.
Shit.
I change it to where today I'm eating
I just want you to know that's white
grapefruit and
No, that's
water.
white shit too. That's white shit too.
It's no, I'm just saying like sometimes the change is so simple and minute to where it's
we
not a
eat
big deal.
pancakes and bacon.
But if I wake up tomorrow and say, "Yo, the job I'm at, I hate going there. I hate working for these people. I want to try something completely different to where I'm 32 and I'm doing a whole career change. It's not going to be as simple overnight. Okay, let me just apply here and do. I'm going to have to learn a whole new skill, a whole new mindset, a whole new outlook on life to where it's not going to be a overnight change. It's going to be the time that me and you used to spend. It's going to be investing in something else because I feel like down the road this could be better. I can give you more things. We could have more time off. This may be 5 years down the road, but I can give you what you need. But you got to sacrifice now.
So sacrifice. Let's break down the second verse. She knows I really love this whole music thing. Since I was a child, it's been my dream. I can't support her, treat her, and spoil her. Buy her the finer things. But I forgot about loving her. Damn the money and diamonds and pearls.
Right.
What about the hard days she had with the babies? All she needed was me to love her.
I feel like ambition can be the death of a lot of beautiful things. If you don't take that time to actually breathe into something, then it's going to die.
That boy talking.
But
that's why I like the phrase "good morning,"
you-
because without death, there's never rebirth.
But which one are you gonna breathe life into? Are you gonna breathe life?
You got to understand, like, things have to die. The old me has to die. If I decide tomorrow I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to be the gym nut for the rest of my life. The me that used to eat Taco Bell at 3 o'clock in the morning, the me that used to drink Cokes every day, the me that used to say, if it's not cooked vegetables, I'm not eating it. That part of me has to die for me to be a better version of myself. I'm going to be a lot happier, healthier, more fun to be around.
Happier might not be.
Well,
You might be healthier.
they said there's a
happier
level of
is crazy.
dopamine in physical exercise, whether it's
It is.
sex, running, being out in the sunlight.
Nah, sex is different.
It's dopamine.
Yeah, but sex.
Sex ain't better than love. Okay, Trey Songz, I feel you. But it gets to the point to where you can't be new without letting go of the old.
Yeah.
So for me to try to give you what I want, I'm so focused on giving you what you deserve that it may take self-sacrifice now. That if we're not on the same page, I'll express that to you in a way that you are willing to understand. Then it's going to get to the point to where it becomes bitter, and I like the same way I lost someone who I cared a lot for because I was so caught on the one thing I lost. I wasn't looking at what we were gaining down the road. So
All
now
right,
it's at a point that we don't even talk anymore.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you this: Are you willing to be the person that you are now, forever, for Charlene, or would you rather be the person that you want to be for the rest of your life without Charlene?
I'll be the person I want to be for the rest of my life without Charlene. Because in this moment right now, the person I am, I fucking
Still
hate
got
the
some growing
situation
to
I got
do.
myself into. I'm in a fucking shit show, my boy. Like,
But I don't
It's-
mean I don't mean. I'm saying like, yes, the person that you are right now. But I'm
that
saying,
bottle's
like,
shaking a lot. You okay?
yeah, I'm fine. I mean, the person that you are right now, you don't want that. Yeah.
No, I'm cheersing you
you
because
cheersing.
I don't know how many more you got left in you.
Bro, I don't know if you ever been in the living room.
This is
Or
my first
anywhere
time. This is
with
my first
me.
time actually ever being invited over here in
I
general.
don't know if you've ever been. You've been places with me, and you know that this is. Never mind. Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Nigga said, here.
Yeah.
Come on, Mo. I ain't getting
Cheers,
up.
my boy. Cheers.
My reason for asking that is because if you are willing to be the person that you are now,
You're saying no further growth outside of where I'm at now.
not necessarily saying you can't grow, but there's a difference between the person that you are now and the person that you want to be, right?
Oh, 100%.
So the person that you want to be may not have anything to do with the woman that you want to be with.
What'd he say? But when you love someone, you just don't treat them bad.
This is the same.
Oh, how I
nigga that
feel
said-
so sad.
This is the same.
Where I
nigga
want to
that
be.
said- This is the same. Oh, let's
She's
go
kinda
through.
hard to me.
All right, so let's go through the whole hook.
Okay.
Because when you love someone,
Right.
you just don't treat them bad. Oh, how I feel so sad. Now that I want to leave.
Right.
Leave.
Oh, I said B. My bad. It don't make sense when I said it.
Cause when you love someone, you just don't treat them bad. Oh, how I feel so sad. Now that I wanna leave, she's crying her heart to me. How could you let this be? I just need time to see
Right.
where I wanna be. Where I wanna be. So he is saying like,
Sweet.
You know what?
Didn't you say the same song after Alex stuttered?
I don't even know if I
Hey,
want.
yo. I don't know what we got going on. This feel like a repeat.
It's like I don't even know if I want to be here. I gotta find out where I want to be. That's different. So, would you rather be who you are today with the person that you love for the rest of your life? Or would you rather be the person that you want to be with whoever you find?
Mm.
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 Mm. I know that's a hard question.
So I'm gonna answer your question with this. A lot of cultures outside of America believe in arranged marriages. Do you believe those people could ever actually love the person that they are told you have to be with? Because in their culture, they grow up knowing I picked this person. This is it. You're done. There's no divorce. There's no stepping away.
think
If they
they're-
die, that's it. You're gonna be single for the rest. Like it's. Do you think that person will ever love that person because they've grown to know them, and they've grown to be like a servitude behind them, or is it?
Bro, do you know what my favorite movie is? You probably don't. My favorite movie is Coming to America. So,
That's not what I was gonna say. I'm glad I
my
didn't
favorite
answer.
movie is Coming to America. My favorite movie of all time is Coming to America. So, bro,
The second
my
one was
father
trash.
is not about to tell me.
The
who
second one was trash.
I'm not talking about the second one. I'm talking about the first one. My father is not about
That
to
shit was
tell me.
disrespectful to the first one.
Yeah, it was the second was definitely.
Aside from Tiana Taylor, I love you, baby. That shit was disrespectful.
All right. But like I said, my father is not gonna be able to tell me who the fuck I can fall in love with.
It's
I'm going to find my Lisa McDowell. At every point, I'm going to find my Lisa McDowell.
your great value McDonald's.
No,
You
I'm
deserve
going-
McDonald's. You deserve McDonald's, my boy. Not,
I don't.
Not to
no,
knock
not
off.
McDowell's.
You deserve McDonald's. Fuck a great value version, okay? You deserve so much better than that.
Nah, fuck McDonald's.
You deserve Miss
McDowell's.
Ronald. I know.
McDowell's.
But was that not a knockoff of McDonald's?
No. See, McDowell's
Copyright infringement. I got it.
McDowell's has
The Mac Big.
The Big Mac.
No, that's McDonald's.
No, McDowell's has the Big Mac.
The Mac Big.
I mean, McDonald's has the Big Mac.
Right.
See, we got the Big Mac. Both has.
I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet because some things just.
I'm just telling you. I'm
talking to a different audience.
Listen.
No. I'm just saying. I will not be
Respectfully, shut the fuck up.
Nah, bro, you stop. I know what the fuck I'm doing. But you gotta understand where you find love is
YouTube
where you
letters
find
will be the
love.
most rewound part of the whole video.
Where you find love is where you find love.
Sometimes, well, no, never mind. I will agree with you.
Where you find love is where you find love. And if you,
But can you find love in someone who you're told you're supposed to love?
you may.
I feel like if you spend the time with anybody, you can find a way to love them eventually.
I
Because
agree.
listen, the way our parents and great grandparents grew up is like divorce not a thing. I'm sure there's moments where my parents who have been married over 30 years, I'm sure they woke up like, yo, I don't want to do this. So, like I said earlier, love is what you do in spite of what you feel. At what point does the self-control come in to where it's, I respect you as a person, but I don't love you right now. I know I need to love you, but the way I'm looking at you is almost at a point to where it's diluted of what I've held you
Delusional.
to.
It's delusional sometimes.
And it's got to be to that moment because with this many people in the world, for you to commit to one person and one person only, there's gonna be moments where it's like, yo, like I really could be doing this, especially the world we're living now, to where social media is so fluent in the delusion, as you say,
I was
of
about to say
options.
it was just as many people then.
But now we got the delusion of options to where, hey, yo, bro, this girl like my post. She wanna like, bro, it's not that deep. The lighting was right. The aperture was crazy. The ISO was exactly where it wanted to be. She liked the picture. You're reading into like, hey, yo, bro, she on my dick. Fuck, like, bro, I'm over here with her when I could be with, bro. Sometimes it's just as simple as that's appealing to my eye. Whether it's the picture of a car or the big body Benz from Magic City. Sometimes it's just we are people who are fed so much right now off of just visuals because everything we got is so visually stimulating. I mean,
we all know when we meet our Lisa McDowell. And Lisa McDowell is the person that Akeem fell in love with. If you fall in love with that person, is it worth falling out of love with the thing that you're in love with?
Is love not accepting you for who you are, though?
I feel like that. I feel like
so. If you love me, then you'll understand that.
I feel like when you find your
love
Lisa,
and my obsession at the moment, you gotta accept that this is what it is.
I feel like finding your Lisa McDowell means that Lisa McDowell understands that I'm in love with music. And Lisa McDowell will never make me choose. She would never make me choose between her and the thing that I'm in love with.
But you answer your own question. So if you had to choose between finding the love of your life,
I will say this, because of the fact that I have this Lisa McDowell that's not gonna make me choose, I'm gonna fall in love with her before I fall in
Okay.
love with her sister
Uh,
that is gonna ask me to choose between money, music, or whatever else I'm in love with. I won't have to choose. When you find the person that you're really in love with, she's not gonna make you choose. In my opinion.
but you realize the world we live in now is not that simple.
I don't think the world was ever that simple.
It used to be. I honestly believe it used to be a lot more simpler than it is now.
You feel like it was that simple because of the access that people had then versus now.
I feel like the world we live in now gives people this delusion, for lack of a better word, that you have access to anybody and everybody at all times of the day.
You do.
Illusion, not delusion.
No, it is delusion because I may give you what you want, but never what you need. Because some person might wake up and say, okay, oh, I'm entertaining you as a fan, or as I'm your bartender, or hey, I'm your DJ. Let me give you this one little bit of, or this one little increment of my life to where it's, I want you to come back to see me again because this is how I make my money, or this is how I see myself moving to the next level or of an influence or whatever. When in your life, you're like, yo, she really fucking with me, or oh, he really likes me like that, to where this could be my person when I'm really just playing the part that you asked me to play.
Okay. Yeah, both terms.
To where
are
I'm so invested
the
into.
illusion makes people delusional.
We grew up in a society who watched reality TV, right?
Oh,
The reality TV we watched was real reality TV. The Jersey Shore, like those are people are really mentally unstable doing dumb shit on TV. To where we watched that for the last 5-10 years. Now the generation we're in now sees that, thinks that's normal, and now the shit you watch on Netflix, they're saying, let me act this character. They're not living their real life. They're not living off their real emotions. They're saying, I saw this. This is entertaining. They got paid for this. Let me act like that so I can get the same thing. Like it's become a job to pretend to be.
So
You can't tell me Blueface and Krishan is not the same version of Ron and whatever that bitch's name was that used to yell at them all the fucking time.
that woman's name.
She was a bitch when she was drunk. She was a woman when she was sober. She was drunk. She's a fucking bitch. I'm sorry.
Granted, you might.
It's gotten to the point to where our vision of reality has been so diluted to where we're not even living off real emotion anymore. We're playing a part. I'm gonna play the part you want me to play. There's people with 200 followers on Instagram acting like they're Beyonce because, oh, I got 200 followers, I got 150 likes. So, I mean, that's a good percentage. So let me keep it up. And next month I'll have 1,000 followers and it'll be the same percent. Like, you're not even living for yourself anymore. You're living in this.
So my question to you is more so about if you're in love, can that person take you away from your dream, your aspiration, if you're really, truly in love? What are you more in love with? Are you more in love with your dream?
They can for a moment, but not entirely.
They can't.
They can for a moment, but not entirely.
Guess what that means?
What does that mean?
They can't.
They can't. Because if they can take you away from it for a moment, but you're always going to come back to it.
It's the same way you asked me about music. Like, I'm always going to come back to music in some way, shape, or form.
That's my point. So if music is your dream, your aspirations, and is what you're living for, and they can't take you away from that. They can take you away from that for a moment. It's just like having a bad side bitch when you got when you have I was about to say ugly bitch. But I don't want to say that. But I already said it. But what it means is what you're really in love with. You're in love with.
It's a priority thing.
Yeah, what you're really in love with. But the thing about it is, what he's saying is you will be able to prioritize something else
momentarily. but not.
But
into it.
whatever
If I
is,
feel like it's really love, you're gonna allow me to do that.
but I want you to understand, I feel the same way. If
And that's what the
it's
Lisa
really
McDowell
love,
If a grown
knowledge
stop
is-
playing on my phone, baby, like understand what it is for what it is.
if it's really love, you will understand. Love comes with understanding. So, love comes with understanding and
Acceptance.
unconscious.
What's that record? If it isn't love, I do
This way.
Right?
Why-
Does she stay on my mind? It's
Yeah, but I want you to take that same approach and take it away from a person and put it to a thing, right? If it isn't love, why do I feel this way? Why does it stay on my mind? If it isn't
sometimes love.
hold up. If it isn't love,
Okay.
why does it occupy so much of my mind time that even though you give me pussy, you suck my dick?
Hey, yo.
Nah, no bullshit. No, not being funny. You give me pussy, you suck my dick, and all that. But I still have to go over here and do this. I need you to be understanding to a space that allows me to really be able to display the way that I love this thing, the way I love you. And
It's
if
an
you're not
obsession.
able to do that, you probably are not the person that I need to be with. And I feel like Charlene, the song Charlene, if she comes home, it's only going to be to my detriment.
You know why Charlene doesn't come home?
I feel like Charlene may have come home.
You know why Charlene doesn't come home?
'Cause
Anthony
it
Hamilton,
may, I feel like if Charlene doesn't come home,
Anthony Hamilton tells you why she doesn't come home.
tell me. What did he say?
He's got another record. It's called If I'm Cool. You're cool and we're cool, right? Says we ain't got to worry about no groceries. We can fill up on love alone. That bitch was hungry. That's why she left.
That's cap. We can't fill.
She left, bro. 'Cause
We
she was
cannot
hungry.
fill up on love alone.
She was hungry. I would have left too, baby. The fuck?
But-
No.
In
Listen,
conclu-
it's
This nigga said she was hungry.
bro, in conclusion, I just want to say, if everybody is not fulfilled, it's not gonna work. So
No,
we can,
I agree 100%.
if everybody's not fulfilled, we're not gonna be what we're supposed to be. So if we're not, I feel like just as important as love is, alignment is more important. Because we can be in love and not be aligned, and we can be going through this toxic thing where, just imagine,
They'll never work if you're not aligned.
just imagine being on
I'll
the
say that right
being on the road, right?
now.
And you have a fucked up alignment. It doesn't matter how straight your wheel is. You're
Those
always
tires are
gonna
getting
veer-
warped.
You're always gonna veer to the right or to the left.
And not only even that, those tires are getting warped. The
And
same thing as you're
exactly.
grounded on is going to wear out to where there's going to be one point that's
Those
so
tires
thin
are getting warped.
that you can't even live with it anymore because they're still showing. Before you know it, the air's coming out and you're flat.
Those tires are getting warped, which means that we're moving to the left or to the right. If we don't have the same direction, if we don't have the same destination in mind, what's going to happen is we're not going to be on the right path. Even though we might be on the right path, but
Even though we got the same goal where we're headed the same direction.
we don't have the same goal, and that's the problem.
But even if your alignment is off, you can have the same vision down the road to where, hey, I want this. I want this marriage with a house
people
and
would lie to-
kids.
this-
And
oh,
but
yeah.
if your alignment is off to where we're not hitting that road the same way, to
I was
where
about
it's
to say,
level and evil-minded,
So one person,
the one shit's gonna fall off. Just like I said,
one
that
person
tire's
can
getting
say,
ate.
one person can say, "Yo, I want kids."
Mm-hmm.
The other person can say, "Yo, I want marriage."
Mm-hmm.
But if we want those at different times, we're gonna do this.
Facts.
But if we're aligned and we say, yo, we want to get married first,
Mm-hmm.
we want to have kids second, but both of us want to get married and have kids.
Mm-hmm.
But one of us says, I want to have kids.
Now and then get married later.
I want to get married. Well,
No.
we're gonna keep doing this, but the more aligned we are, the faster or the
I should have alignment a
easier-
long time ago.
the easier we're gonna get to our destination.
I should got alignment a long time ago.
Exactly, and that's the whole point. Alignment means
times.
just as much as the love does. Alignment means just as much as the love does, if not more. Because you can be aligned or you can be in love with the person that you're not aligned with.
Mm-hmm.
So I just pray that the people that are together today,
Pray is crazy.
I do pray that the
No.
people that are in love today will invest in becoming aligned.
But the prayer shows the commitment to it.
I mean, I'm praying not just for myself. I'm praying
No,
for
I
y'all.
understand, but
Yeah,
the prayer shows a commitment to it.
and I'm committed
And,
to my people being aligned, and I hope that y'all
your
align
people,
yourselves.
what do you mean by that?
My, all right, white man. I really pray
Let me
that
stop playing. Cause you saying some real shit.
I really pray that my loved ones
Mm-hmm.
are really investing in alignment as much as you're investing in being in love, so that we can all get to the destination that we want to get to
Mm-hmm.
without crashing out.
Safely.
Exactly, without crashing out. And with that being said, my name is Love, and tonight I've been in the living room with my guy Latta,
Thanks for having me, bro.
and we'll holler at y'all next week.
Thank you so much.
It's hard to find love